Greetings, fellow strategists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord, Lords of the Forest, Episode 7, Long Strategy. So in terms of the voting here, you have a few different options. I could fulfill quests for local Battanian leaders. So the advantage of doing that, if you're wondering, is as you gain relation with Battanian leaders, you gain opportunity to recruit a wider variety of troops. So these grayed out sections I cannot recruit due to low relationship. And then Battanian leaders, there's an opportunity to get some folly info. But Battanian leaders that are vassals of the king, building up my relationship with them increases my chance to have them join me if I become my own Battanian king.
I don't think I know you. Peace to you, stranger.
So, can you tell me anything about the battle? For any son of Battania, there will be no prouder moment in his life than that day. Any true son of Battania, anyway. Look, right after the battle, our High King, Errol, disappears, and his adopted son, Calradia, becomes king. That sets tongues to wagging, you know? But let me tell you, old Errol could never have, in his life, won such a victory as Calradia did that day. We waited for them, like wolves in the wood, as their vanguard came up the winding road. They came without archers to protect them. Calradia blew his horn, and our bowmen fired on them from all sides. They turned their shields one way and were hit from the other. A glorious thing to watch. When they were all good and addled like frightened sheep, running away, the rest of us warriors descended upon them with foxes and swords, and cleaved this way and that. I took 12 heads, and mine were far from the greatest catch. The grandchildren tire of me telling this story. Okay. So some people in Battania were quite pleased with betraying the Empire, the non-shattered Empire, and then some were conflicted. Bit of column A, bit of column B. Iron ore at 102. That's a bit steep. So I do have hides. I forget what I bought them for. But maybe what I'll do is I'll head over to Revel. Actually, Revel's kind of out of the way. I'll try to find somewhere to offload the hides. I have no idea what I bought them for, but I would like to try to make a profit off of them. And it looks like you guys want me to level up trade skill. So I will continue to run trading. Now, the other thing is, now that I have some guards in my party, right? I have some of these woodrunners and volunteers. The advantage that I can do, and, you know, I could actually make all of these woodrunners. I'll just go ahead and do that. Have 23 woodrunners in Vanther. Pay them a little bit more, but they'll be a little bit higher level if I ever get jumped by raiders or looters or whatever. I would love to do a little bit farther afield trades, especially now that we have our own trade caravans running. So one of the advantages of doing farther afield trades is there's more money to be gained the further out you go. So generally speaking, the southern cities are looking to buy horses, some of the eastern cities for iron, you know. So there is some trade advantages if we go further. Perhaps. Ooh, this beer is cheap, as is this raw silk. And we'll try to go to, well, I'll go to Revel. So the beer and the beer and silk looks like I can sell it at Legata, and then the hides maybe down to Revel, something like that. Or up to Revel, I should say. Revel's kind of up, not down. Yedofan Laguven, thank you for the resub. So one of the advantages we have of the caravans that we're running, granted the caravans aren't really turning a massive profit, as you can see it's above my head, is it will help to pay for troops that we have in our group covering the costs. Oh yeah. Silk and beer. Boom. 2 trade points. Thank you. Is there something? Let's do butter. And cheese and grapes. And wine. Alright, so butter. Maranath, maybe? Grapes. Dunglanis. And actually, there's not really any good place to sell grapes. Wine could be a Maranath as well. Oh, I should sell hides here, I think. Yeah. That's a decent fetch for hides. I even gained a trade point for it. So obviously I sold it for more than I bought it. So let's head back to Maranath and keep doing trades. Now I wanted to remind you, the reason why I'm investing in one-handed for duelists and very heavily in trade is the renown gain in order to become your own king takes a very long time to grind without some passive renown gain. Now there's a bunch of different ways to get renown. But honestly, one of the easiest, or 2 of the easiest, would be the benefits you get from Charm here, Self-Promoter, which is +3 Renown when the tournament is won, mixed with Duelist, which is doubles the amount of Renown gained from tournaments. So fulfilling quests for local leaders will help to level up my Charm, which will unlock Self-Promoter, which I will get in only 10 points. And then Duelist comes in in exactly 26 points. And between those 2, once I unlock those, hopping from tournament to tournament will start to provide much more of a benefit to me than fighting, in tournaments now. Actually, in fact, there's a tournament in Maranath. I'll enter it, but I'm not going to benefit from it like the way I would do if I was a self-promoting duelist. And then the other way, which is honestly better, is Artisan Community or Great Investor. And to talk about this a little bit, Great Investor gives you daily renown for every profiting caravan. You can have as many caravans as you have companions and family members running caravans. So there isn't exactly a limit to it. The limit is restricted to your companion and relative limit, but it's much higher than workshops. The advantage of workshops, however, is workshops, generally speaking, you won't lose them, whereas caravans can be attacked and destroyed. Not usually from looters, unless looters get to be massively sized parties, which can happen, but is rare. More from when your faction, if you belong to a faction, goes hostile. So if we were to stay a trader forever and just roleplay as a Battanian trader, which I don't intend to do, Great Investor would be better, because we can obviously run way more caravans than we can run workshops. But if we ever intend to go to war with other factions, risking our caravans being attacked by other factions, investing in workshops would be better. The other advantage to workshops is that once we don't have the need to have passive income from caravans, we can bring those companions back into our party, having them be captains or whatever, or even governors of cities, and make our money through workshops. But either way would work. Okay, so cheese and butter, big money. 3 more trade points. Yeah. I feel like I'm making a lot more trade points already than I was before. I feel like before I was on the struggle bus trying to make trade points, but I've gotten some pretty good trades already. And I bet there's a really good hardwood or iron ore trade out there. Like right now, I can buy this for 57 and sell it at Legata for 87, which is 30 a pop. So yeah, there is money there. But let's quickly enter this arena. Working for the Black Heart. And of course, we'll bet on ourselves. Now, this is my first battle in a week. It might be a little rusty, we'll see. What? Oh, I hit my knee. So during these archer fights, what I like to do is I like to lead their swordsman back to the archer. Because this is so much easier to deal with than a one-on-one duel. And then this swordsman doesn't have a shield, and I can have him turn his back towards our archer. And it makes the fight a lot easier. Just a little bit of tactics. Oh, Caladog. King Caladog is in this arena battle. I might go face up with Caladog. You blocked the run. Oh. Well, he started blocking the wrong way. Right as I let go, he stopped blocking. Yeah, I bet it's me versus Caladog in the finals here. It's hard to believe that Caladog would lose in the semifinals, as he is the kings are always like monstrously strong. Yep, Caladog, because they have the best gear by far. They have weight and the highest stats. Yep, he knocked me right out. His two-handed skill is probably like 3 times higher than mine, I'd imagine. I could check, actually. Let's see. Caladog. Your two-handed is 303. That is ridiculously high. Mine is 28. 303 is higher than the maximum skill. It maxes out at 250. So he was like a little bit stronger than me. It was not exactly a fair fight, but hey, you know what? I only lost a little bit of money. So we have a one-handed skill here. I will mention that the cavalry skill is only partially implemented. The captain bonus of the melee damage dealt by cavalry troops, I don't believe works. So it's a choice between cavalry, which is, for me personally, damage one-handed weapons while mounted would go up, or shield bearer, remove movement speed penalty of wielding shields, and as a captain, movement speed to infantry in formation. So, one-handed. And I'll just write up the benefits. So 5% damage with one-handed while mounted. Or remove shield speed penalty and 3% move for inf in formation. You can pick between those two. All right. Was there trade goods here that I wanted? I was eyeballing the iron ore. Yeah, I'll buy it. So I bought that at 57. This is at 87. Not going to buy that. Let's go with iron ore that is cheaper than 60. 65-ish, so I can turn a decent profit. We have also got 7/10 of the Folly nobles talked to. So we have made considerable progress in the Folly quests. I did mention last stream that I don't intend to, like, beeline for it. I'm not, like, seeking out the nobles. 70, still too rich for my blood. Looking for the really good deals so I can make more trade points. The trade points are gained, just a reminder of the difference, the net profit you make off of things. Oh yeah, there we go, 47. So the cheaper that you buy and the higher that you sell, the more experience that you get. And it's a considerable gain. So trade rumors, Legata again. All right, I'll try to pick up a little bit more iron and then ride down to Legata and cash in. So pick up iron from Atlantas. The other thing we could do is once I have a little bit more money, I could start a third caravan. Currently, Verbeck and Denny are they're making pretty pennies per caravan run. They're not making a lot of money. I guess there's not a lot of money to be made in Battania, but I don't really want them to venture too far out of Battania. Wow, Lago, thank you for the bits. Cheers. And Petrable and Webster for the resub. 61. All right, we'll go for it. All right, and you guys want me to go for the second skill, the one that's fully implemented. I think that's the only one-handed skill that isn't fully implemented. Again, it's bannerlordperks.com has the full list. Like 99% of all skills work just fine. But it's worth knowing the like 1% that don't, so you don't bother with them. So on our way down to Legata, let's go swing by Bathea over here for a little bit more iron if it's worth the purchase. Because I'm not quite at my inventory capacity yet. And Requiem, thank you for the resub too. You guys are far too kind. Oh, so we have Ragnvad. They're sieging Remtol Castle. So this is Sturgy is obviously at war with Battania, which actually might explain why we are getting really poor trade prices. Because during times of war, often towns and villages are pillaged, and therefore they make a far less money as a result because they have been decimated. It's just a theory. Ooh, I gained a level. Wow, these are cheap Sumpter horses. Now, if I buy all these Sumpter horses, I'm going to have... The problem I have with trading horses, there can be a lot of money in trading horses, but you don't really want to be a herder. Because as soon as you start herding horses, your move speed goes to Kaputskis. So instead, I'll just buy hardwood. So I bought that hardwood at 17. Same with mules. Same with any animals. So once I get like a lot more... Oh, 23, that's okay. Once I get a lot more people in my army, or my group here, in my party, and I could have more people, I just don't want to have to pay them. Wait, I thought I leveled these guys. Oh, right, I didn't hit done. We can bring in more horses and start to trade for horses. So this hardwood could be sold at Marinath for 28, and the iron ore at Legata for 87. Hypothetically, I mean, they're trade rumors. So we'll swing to Marinath and then swing to Legata. I also leveled up. So for the focus point, I'm going to spend it... You know, I feel like I'm really close to Duelist. I'm only 25 points away. So I'm going to spend it somewhere that I am lagging behind. Like Athletics would be a good one. Because I'm almost at my boosted learning cap for Athletics. The other thing I could do if I wanted to level up Athletics is to take off my own horse. So I start running around more. Ooh. Well, okay. I should have noticed Ragnvad had captured Remtoa Castle and was... I could talk to him about the volley, but it's a little late now. Oh yeah, hardwood. Good. That didn't give me a trade point, but it probably gave me some experience. Maybe not. So my trade experience is 58 points. Got it. Now, good news is, even though my caravans are not making a ton of money, they're still in the net positive after paying their own troops in the caravan, because of course they have to afford the troops that they have. How did I not make trade points on that? That was a huge profit. Huh, I don't know. Alright, let's sell this at Marinath. I meant to. So we're about 20 minutes in, and as promised, I wanted to ask this sort of overarching long-term strategy. So before you vote, let me explain. I can become a self-made king through the investigate the Neretz's Folly quest. And that does not necessarily have me sign up with Calradia or be anyone's vassal. So there would be a little bit of an advantage doing that, in that I don't owe anyone anything and I'm not betraying anyone at all. That path will have... There could be combat in that if I, if I sought out specific enemies to fight, for instance. But with that said, it would have me grinding the experience that I need to get the renown gain from trade, and then to do duelist and charm to gain the renown from tournaments. And what I would try to do is I would try to sort of min-max the renown gain from that. Because there's really 3 ways to get renown. There's the passive trade way, there's the tournament way, and then there's the large-scale battles where the chances are against you. So if the chances are stacked against you, you have you gain more experience from battles. Or I can sign on to become a mercenary vassal for Battania and earn renown through conquest that way. So both are valid, and you guys can choose which to pursue. What I might want to stop doing is buying out the entire stock so that I'm not paying a higher price. So when it comes to selling the good, I'm selling it at a more advantageous price. That might be a strategy that I could attempt, because I haven't been doing that, and I feel like that's where I've been going wrong. Because I am relatively new to this, like, trade thing. So, yeah, I just bought a whole lot of trade goods. All for pretty cheap. And silk at Maranath, wool at Maranath, iron ore at Sianon, tools at Sianon. That works great. Now, I could do mercenary. That would, of course, be left up to this poll. That's essentially what you're voting on. Going my own path is interesting in its own way, too. There we go. I got a trade point that time. Huh. I don't know why I'm getting a lack of trade rumors. Would it be better to sign up as a mercenary against Battania to get rep to let people go? Well, that also depends. I can gain rep from them by doing quests for them as well. That's going to be on the recurring poll. Now that we have a little bit more money, what I can do is I can run favors for other Battanian lords. And also, just because I'm creating a Battanian kingdom doesn't mean my vassals have to be Battanian. My army has to be Battanian, but I don't really care what my vassals are. They could be anyone. We're just... I intend to be a Battanian lord myself, but... if we really want to be a king of the whole continent, which I think is a bit of a lofty goal, but if we did, obviously we would need more than just Battanians in the kingdom, because it doesn't really work to annex territories without incorporating the people in those territories. You know, do it the Roman way. The Alexander the Great way. So, you know, akin to that. So I was hoping to sell to Sianon, but Sianon is a little bit busy with the whole getting attacked and stuff. What I could do in the meantime is hunt down some looters here or there. There's always a little bit of loot. A little bit of food, a
Listen
little bit of
up.
renown. Smoke in them. Vanther, are you on horseback? Yeah, you are mounted. I'm not mounted, though. Oh, right. I completely forgot. So I'm on foot because I took my mount off to level up my athletics.
Cut them down!
So I'm just going to be a foot soldier for this fight, which is fine. They're only looters. They're not harder. You know what I should have been doing is leveling up my one-handed so I can get duelists sooner. That was a pretty sound victory. Yeah, just don't go against Sea Raiders? Yeah, no kidding. Sea Raiders are a whole league of their own, man. Alright, as far as the trade goods we have, hides, beer, grapes. Yeah, I don't really have good trade rumors. And there's a lot of combat happening. As you can see, Sturgia is trying to take Sianan. I think someone in Battania is trying to take Remtoil back, whoever owns that better. Oh, yeah, they just did. So with all the upset going on right now, it's a bit busy. So it looks like our long-term strategy is going to be a self-made king. Got it. Double checking the bow skills. Yeah, all bow skills work, so I don't really need to check that. So, a choice between, let me write this up. We've got Bodkin. So 10% armor pen with bows, and as a captain, 5% pen with troops, or knocking point, which is minus 50% move speed when reloading, and 3% move to archers in formation. It's also worth mentioning, and I'm not trying to put my thumb on the scale, because I think both of these skills are very valid, that late game Battanian troops are going to be heavily invested in archers. And Yodacam's not working? Weird. So the skills that we give to the to our archers are very, very important. Because our elite troops are archers. So we want our archers to be as strong as possible. Alright, I'll sell my hides here. Got a trade point, cool. Is there anything worth buying? Buy some hardwoods. And buy some iron ore. And pottery. How's the food that I have? Oh, we have a decent amount of food. I also want to sell the garbage gear that I got, because it weighs me down. And it's free money. And then I'll check Mechalivia and before. Where did I buy this? I think I bought my iron ore cheaper. Okay, I can sell this at Maranath for big profit. Oh, that was my own saddle? Oh well, I'll buy another saddle at some point. If I am not mistaken, you can, can't you, like, star... Yeah, lock. What I should do in the future is lock my gear, so I don't sell it. You know, it has been a year and a half since I last played, so that lock feature, I was, like, digging through the deep parts of my brain. Alright, it looks like you guys want armor pen. Vodka. Got it. Armor pen it is. Party, don't care. Oh, I should ransom off those looters, though, because they're slowing me down. by 0.2. Not a big deal, but like, yeah, we should get rid of them. Two more points in trade. I'm getting better at this. I mean, I know of exploits to, like, level up trade real fast. Oh, there's another point in trade. But I don't want to go the exploit route. I wonder if Sianan is done getting... No, they're still getting sieged. The other thing I've not been doing, which I should have been doing, is checking the tavern to see if there's decent people to hire. Once I have a little bit more money, I can also consider giving Vanther Barrel Chest his own caravan. I have enough money to do it now. The reason I'm waiting is just so that I have a little bit more liquid assets to buy and sell at the towns I go to. Where can I get rid of these tools? I do not know. That's really cheap clay. I'll buy until I spend 10. Hides are pretty cheap too. And these oils are very cheap. Oh, so are the hogs. Alright. Epicatria? Probably. Especially given that we have a bunch of hogs, because our movement speed is going to get hurt bad from herding. So I'm going to pop... Oh, and let me go to the tavern. I keep forgetting to do that. Okay, there's no one here. I want to get rid of the hogs ASAP, because wheeling and dealing with any amount of animals causes huge move speed penalties. So, offering the priorities up again for you to re-vote if you want. I can get a better price for oil at Epicatria, so I'll probably wait on that. And it looks like I could finally land in Sianan to sell the beer that I have. Although, my people probably have, like, drank half of it by now. Drunken troops. You know how that is. Oh, maybe not. Wow. Okay, so because this place got attacked, there was like a beer shortage. There's a bunch of shortages of everything here. I'm going to hold on to the oil. So that's 2 more points in trade. And I have leveled up in scouting, so I'll have you decide that in a minute. Was there anything to buy in Sianan? Usually there's timber. Hardwood. No, that's not an awesome... I like to buy my hardwood in the teens. Let's head to Epicatria for the oil. I hope the trade rumors are true. Oh, grapes. Bedlam's Biped, thank you for figuring out how to resub. I saw that you were having issues with it. I didn't want to be like, you better figure it out, because that's not what I'm about, but cheers, dude. So, trade is now at 63. We're almost halfway to the 125 mark. We've already gained 13 since the start of the stream, so it's moving. This oil should help. That's another point in trade. They have beer here that I can sell at Sianan for good. And that iron ore isn't super cheap, but I'll buy some. I already have some tools. I'm a little worried that I'm just going to get stuck with tools for a long time, not figuring out a good port to sell them, but here I am buying them again. And I'll buy some cow. I mean, I'm turning a profit. That's ultimately what matters. My net money go up. You think I should have bought the camel? Tools can be a quest item too, yeah, fulfilling to local leaders, as can like mules and sumpter horses and the like. Oh, Denny leveled up. Oh, Denny like leveled. So I'll have you guys decide on that as well. So it looks like we are going to fulfill quests for local Battanian leaders, notables and the like. I'm just going to sell my cow here. I don't know if that was a profit. Probably wasn't. I'm just going to offload the tools. And some of the beer. So, we have enough money that I am going to talk to Sidra here.
Well now, strange.
And form a caravan for Vanther out of Siana. So now we have 3 caravans running. We have Denny, we have Brother Verback, and now we have Vanther. Meaning that I no longer have companions in my own group, which is fine. I am going to change the priority here to quest with local notables and vassals. I bought some mules because I know some of the local notables need mules. So this is just in preparation for the quest. I'll also do the same for sumpter horses. Sometimes they ask for sumpter horses. This will probably... I'm going to get rid of the Palfay and the Chaser. This will probably trigger them like a herding penalty. Yeah, I'm slightly into a herding penalty. So what I'll do is I will also recruit some... like a few more people. Wow, they are all hired out everywhere. Because there's a war with Sturgia, and that happens. Humphrey was my horse? That's fine. I'm on foot now. Okay, I think we're done with the herding bonus. So let's find some small towns to quest in. Now, we are honest, gregarious, we're like good. So I'm not going to be questing with any gang leaders. So if you mouse over these influential types, he's an artisan, they're a merchant, they're a gang leader, and they're a gang leader. We're not going to be doing any gang leader quests. I'm not a criminal. So we could do quests for vassals of the Battanian Empire, or really any vassals, anyone that we might want to bring in to our group at some point. What I will say is the people, a year and a half ago when I last played, this was true. I don't know if this is true anymore, but when I last played, the best way to get people to join you is to figure out which of the clans had the least land rights. Oh, there, that's a mercenary. So, like, for instance, this clan only has Abcomer Castle. If there's any clans with no territory, they're way more likely to leave the employ of Caladog and join us. So they're generally, the ones that are not very well landed are generally the ones to headhunt. And that's also true of really any noble anywhere. So going through the different clans and figuring out if they do or do not have territory can really help you figure out who's going to be the easiest to recruit. Or at least that's used to be the way it was. I'm assuming it still is, but I could be wrong. So now I'm just going to pop over to the local leaders and to see what they need. And this should, if I'm not mistaken, level up some of my charm as well.
Peace to you, stranger. What is your name?
Alright, so he has a problem. He has a debts to pay. Okay. I'm probably, because I make a lot of money, way more likely just to not gamble and just straight pay off the debts. So, in and out, wants me to go to Dunglanis, go to the tavern, pay off his debts. Because he, like, gambled away his land rights like an idiot. You know, like you do. Whoa. Alright. I paid some money and gained some charm. It's a really easy way to level up your charm, is to just, especially if you fulfill these quests and let them keep their money. Like if there's ever a generous way to resolve quests, you can really level up your charm that way. Thank you for tuning in to Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord, Lords of the Forest, which originally streamed live on Twitch March 6th and March 7th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Battanians.